Greetings. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Andertons TV with me, the captain.
And me, Mr. Spank-Lankly Shirt.
Mr. Span, thank you.
Man, Spank-Lankly Shirt.
Wow. Famous amplifiers, Fender Twins and Fender Deluxe's Twin Reverb and the Deluxe Reverb. Two of the most famous guitar amps in the world. Been in the catalogue from Fender for 50 or more years.
Many.
Been on millions of records. Great sounding amplifiers.
Yes.
Now, why have we got two of each, Pete?
Well, I've got two the same. Two the same and four the same.
Two Deluxes and two Twins. Is it because we're doing stereo stuff?
No.
No, it's not.
Is it because...
Think of a joke.
Think of a joke. Quickly, think of a joke. I don't know. Is it just because they are different but they look the same?
Is it because we're drunk and seeing double?
Maybe.
Could be.
It could very well be.
Well, so we're gonna carry on with this little... You've probably worked out, we've probably put in the title of the video, you may have seen somewhere else. Fender have released some new amplifiers under the Tone Master range. And Tone Master is I was a little surprised they used this name because Tone Master in the past has been used for the real boutique-y custom shop valve amplifiers. I know Richie Sambora, he played them back in the day. But these are digital.
They are completely
These are new fandangled digital things.
with neodymium speakers in them and lightweight this and DI out that and emulated this thing and the other.
But we're going to do some strumming, some A-B strumming. But the real clever thing here is, whereas currently, as far as I'm aware anyway, all of the manufacturers using this kind of very powerful guitar processing technology,
Helix.
Fractal, Helix,
Kemper,
all those kind of dudes, Boss, GT1000, yeah. They're using the technology to do many things, many different amp models, many different effects, all that kind of stuff, and all simultaneously.
Yeah.
Whereas Fender went, what if we use all that processing power to just try and make something sound like a twin, or reprogram it to just make it sound like a deluxe? So it hasn't got to do anything else other than focus on the pure guitar tone and the amazing reverb
and the tremolo. Yeah.
So you've got the right kind of cabinet, lightweight but appropriate sounding speakers, and this very powerful DSP processing that has no other job other than to do its best to sound like a twin.
Yes.
Which I kind of like. I kind of think this is like it's a crossover product. I could do this without feeling like I've betrayed the world and plugged into a multi-effects unit.
Because you look behind you, oh, it's behind you! But you look back and you go, it just looks like my normal amp.
So, now, we didn't tell you in that jam, but basically, you'll probably we'll have seen on the screen, like amp 1 and amp 2 or whatever, as we were switching between solos.
Yeah.
But you don't know yet, and actually I even forgot halfway through which was which as well. One of those was the real, Pete's using the 2 twins.
Yeah.
So one of those would have been a real twin reverb.
I like twins.
Yeah.
I like twins, man.
I was using the Deluxe. So look, without telling you which is which, and by the way, for this particular part of the demo, we put all the EQ controls halfway up.
5 o'clock.
Yeah, we put the volumes the same, so they're both round about 4, and we've put the reverb both the same, and we've turned the tremolo off, and we're all plugged into the vibrato channels.
Yes.
Well, I'll do a GoPro up on this, and you'll be able to see soon, but here we go. So.
Sounds like an amp. That sounds like an amp as well. Maybe with a little bit more reverb.
Reverb check, ready? Amp 1, amp 2. Amp 2. You want to do the same on yours?
Yes.
And then maybe we'll add some pedals in.
You know what? It sounds like an amp.
It sounds like an amp.
It sounds like the same amp.
Yeah.
That somebody might have put different tubes in it. To me. But let's try. Let me do the same.
Yeah.
So here is amp number 1. And here is the other amp, B2, R2, B2. Because I'm just gonna do.
I'll do the same. Neck pickup, 1.
Here you go again on the bridge pickup, 1. Oh, 1.
Now, I'm not going to say they sound identical, but I'm absolutely going to say I have no idea which is which.
And they don't sound bad at all. No. It's not like you go, oh, that's definitely the digital one, and it sounds much worse. There's this and that wrong with it, and that's all.
Normally, the tell on these things is the reverb's normally a tell, but they're using this convalescence reverb on both these amps, and it's just so blooming good that you are just going, I'm not sure. Maybe if we turned it right up, you might start to hear the springs.
No, here we go. So let's do the reverb test, Lee, because now we're here anyway.
Right,
so
you want to go big on the reverb?
So let's go 5 on the reverb.
5 on the reverb.
So here's
on
5.
Each one.
And here's 5. And I'm still on the bridge pickup, and here is amp A. Here it rings over still. 1.
Two is tonally like a darker reverb, isn't it?
Yes, but again, you can have 2 reverb tanks.
Sure.
Where the spring might have been banged up and down a bit, and it'd be a tiny bit looser in the ends.
Here we go. Position 4. That was amp 1. Amp 2. One. same.
Okay, full reverb. Full reverb. 10. Come on, Lee. 10. Here is amp 1.
You know what riff you're going to do here, then, don't you?
What?
I have no idea.
And one of these is a digital one.
Right.
This is not a spring.
And here we go. Honestly, man, if I don't look round and physically see what colour cable is plugged into which one, I'm
tell.
gone.
Yeah.
So anyway, turn back down to
take it down to 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, just over 2, I think. Let's do a quick pedal test. That might be another sort of giveaway. So if I take my, I got plenty of drive pedals on here. So just a little bit of the Dane. That was 1, 2. I don't know, lots of gain maybe. I'll put it back onto position 2.
It sounds a little bit different from where I'm sitting because I think that's too far away for me. But
you're going to get you should all be hearing the same because they've all got 57s just in front of them. In the room, we're getting that tonal variation that you get from amps being in different places, like an off-axis kind of thing. But
well, here's my amp 1.
Your amp 1 has definitely got more bass end on it, I think, hasn't it? Amp 1. But hey, right.
Well, it doesn't. It's set
no,
to
I mean,
the
as
same,
in
but
the tone feels like it's fatter and fuller.
But again, it could be where it is. I mean,
maybe. Well, look. So I've taken there's a couple more things to show you. Lots of people will enjoy using the tremolo circuits or the vibrato sort of.
What are you setting that on 5?
I'm just going both on 5. I don't know what sort of a sound I'm going to get, but. Here's amp 2.
Here we go. This is amp A1. Honestly, man, I cannot. I used to use. So here's a little thing. I used to use twin amps when I did Atomic Kitten. I used these amps, and I did have two, and they sounded completely different.
Okay, there's two.
And there was one I preferred, and I had a stick on one of them said, "This is number one."
There's two more tests that I want to do before, at the very end of this video, we'll reveal which amp is which. So, of course, one of the tests which you are going to have to physically check the levels on is just
the level.
What happens when you turn it up silly loud.
Yeah.
Do you get that kind of nice natural compression and distortion on the Tonemaster version that you would hopefully on the Valve one? There are a couple of cool features on the Tonemasters,
yes,
which we'll go into on the back panel. Things like the opportunity to attenuate these right down. And there's one other mega feature that you just... In fact, the price is a mega feature. So we'll get to that, but there's one mega feature right at the
There's
end.
one mega. It's
so
mega.
Here we go. I'm going to just turn them both up. I'm just going to go 10. I'm literally just going to go 10 on both of these.
Okay,
here I am shouting over the hiss. This is amp number 1 on full with no pedals. Here we go.
Okay, here's number 1. Here's number 2. Okay, that's enough.
That's enough, yeah.
That's
We'll go
enough of
back
that.
to normal.
Enough of that. Nobody does that.
Even through my fingers in my ears, I didn't like amp number 2 as much as amp number 1 on your sound, and on mine, I couldn't really tell any difference. So let's see.
I must say, again, this could be two amps. One that has been played a lot, where the cones of the speakers have gone a bit more, where the tubes are biased a tiny bit hotter, where the
distortion that you got out of amp number 2 sounded more like something was broken as opposed to something really sounding good.
Yes, but is that the digital one or not?
I'm just saying.
Hashtag.
So, look, there are some tones. Price-wise, again, I forget what the price of the... I vaguely remember the Deluxes are something like 12 or 1300, and the Twins, this is the real Valve one, so like 1600-y, something like that. Yeah. The Tonemaster versions are just under £800 for the Deluxe and about just over £900 for the Twin. But
212 as well, 85
please
watts.
Check in the links below to go to
Andertons
or a dealer in your local country or whatever, and you can find out. So I got to show you, there's a bit of a giveaway here. Not so much the Deluxe, so the Deluxe is still pretty heavy. The Twin is crazy heavy, right? Twin is so heavy. This is what typically happens to Fender Twins. And that's why there's no handle.
And that's why the handle is not there.
All right. It's, again, go look on our website. You'll see what the actual weight of this is. But it's like it is 50 or 60 pounds, isn't it?
Ridiculously heavy.
Right. Here's a Deluxe. It's pretty heavy. I mean, it's not stupid heavy, but it's like, it's a 112 valve amplifier. It's pretty heavy. Here's a Tonemaster one. Right. The Twin I can't even lift up because the Twin has, we've busted the handle on it. However, if you want to just move out of the way, Pete, so I can just see this, same one finger, a one finger Twin lift.
The one finger tango.
Is it even possible? It's like it's not even a real amp.
Yeah. And it isn't a real amp, but it is a real amp. But it isn't.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like a pretend. It's like got nothing in it. Right. So let's have a look on the back of here. So the first thing you'll notice, again, speaker is this neodymium speaker. So the magnet on the back of it's tiny, which is a big part of why it's so light. And there are two of those in the Twin.
Yes.
Going across the back here, though, you can see we've still got this idea of a standby switch, which is kind of crazy because it's not a valve amplifier. But I'll tell you where that's useful in a minute. Then we have this Tone Master Attenuation. So you can see on full power on the Deluxe it goes to 22 watts and it goes down to 0.2 watts in its minimum power. On the Twin I think it goes between
85.
half a watt and 85 watts, right? Oh. Now again on that particular front, Class D power amplifiers in here are massively overrated. So it's not a 22 watt Class D power amplifier or an 85 watt in the Twin. It's a Class D power amplifier with enough juice to be as loud as a 22 watt valve amplifier.
Kemper's have got 600 watts.
Yes, it's probably like 5 times as much actual power.
Yeah.
Anywho, over here, and this is where the sort of standby thing comes in, you have got a cabinet emulated DI output, XLR, with its own level control, and with a choice of either no cab simulation or SM57 cab simulation, which I believe is position 1, or a ribbon microphone in position 2. And the reason you've got the standby switch over here is that it's possible to run the amplifier with nothing coming out the speaker, but with something coming out the DI.
Yes.
And you also get a foot switch over here, which comes with it to control reverb and vibrato, just like you would on the valve version of this. When I spin these back around the other way, let's do a quick kind of, here's what it sounds like with the mic in front, here's what the two emulations are. Yes. We mucked around with these a little while back before we had the final software versions of these, and we weren't massively impressed with the emulation. So if you hear this and you're like, meh, don't forget, I think most people would be suggesting that you take that and then, add your own favourite IR to it or something like
EQ it a bit. EQ it a bit.
So but you're just going to hear it like literally straight out with the cab simulation.
Are you impressed?
I am. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really weird because I shouldn't like this product. Everything about what I like and what I don't like suggests I don't like it. But there's something about the fact that they've put it in a very familiar looking box.
But that's that you listen with your eyes, don't you?
It's a bit genius. I can honestly see, Marshall and Vox. I can honestly see Marshall going Blues Breaker.
Hang on.
Vox doing AC30. And if the tech does literally allow them to get this close, I'm sure there'll be people out there like Eric Johnson and Joe Bonamassa and stuff like that going, I can still hear the difference, and I'm sure they can. But it's tough.
It's very, very difficult.
It looks cool. So you don't have this sense that you're turning up with a Kemper and you've got this very non-guitar amp looking thing. You don't need to rely on fold back or anything like that. You can just hear the amp if you want. And the Twin's even got the kickback legs, hasn't it? It's just, the tilt back metal legs on the side.
Oh, it's cheeky. I like them. I think it's good.
I do too. And again, it's like, it should be more reliable, right? It's super lightweight.
Absolutely.
So when a courier drops one, as they do, it's not like dropping a valve amplifier where the whole guts of it just implode.
Or, like I did, put a little Blues Junior in the back of my car, go to a gig out in Surrey Hills, and it's all little rows like that, and you get there, and a valve has come out, and it's crushed in the back of the amp, and you're going, what am I going to do now? Luckily, I brought my Kemper, so I could use the Kemper into the... but... Because that wasn't broken, because there's nothing to break in there.
And the weight. I mean, it's like...
But that's it. You lift it up, put it in the back of your van, put it on the back of your bike, carry it on your head.
Maybe not the back of your bike. But I mean, I remember back in the, my gigging days where it was, 212 Marshalls and heads and Twins and AC30s and stuff. And it was like, if you were doing a load-in and the parking wasn't great and you had like a 200-yard walk.
And up the stairs.
Yeah, it's like...
Somewhere.
You were just dead by the time you...
But you just got on with it, didn't you, Lee? You just got on with it.
Trust me, YouTube, I will find something I don't like about these amplifiers. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the attenuation here. We're only going to use the Twin, but it's basically the same attenuation on the Deluxe. So we've cranked this to number 7 or 8 on the volume, so that we get, and all the distortion you're hearing is now just coming from the amplifier. So here we go.
That sounds bloody good, man.
Sounds great. Right, now as I step down, so the first mode takes us to like a half power. Here we go. Then we go to 22 watts, like quarter power. 12 watts.
Sounds good all the way
5
down
watts.
What?
And 1 watt.
And we can talk over that. It's like leveling your through a jam you ever jam. Dude,
So-
that sounds great here. Right?
Do you know there's one plus side with the real twin here. I'm sitting on this actually, and I could be in the middle of winter and my bottom would still be warm.
Yeah.
Whereas this is totally cold.
That would heat your house up,
absolutely
that would.
offset your heating bills with a real twin.
Hey, how does it take pedals down at that level? Let's just put on that and see what it does. Maybe slightly...
A little bit compressed.
Little bit
but then
compressed.
don't forget, it's because the compression is probably correct, isn't it? Because don't forget, we're
Yeah,
done
it is,
the
it is,
amplifier.
it is
If
correct.
I just turn the volume down here and turn... So by turning the volume down here, we're even though we're attenuating it, we're basically letting the amp be more open.
Man.
Right, finally then, before we jam out, let's get a cab sim sound. So I won't bother showing you the cab emulation, the output with no cab simulation. That'll sound awful. Right, so
Yes.
here we go. Pete playing clean, and maybe we'll stomp a pedal on the Sim 1, which I think is the dynamic mic.
Okay. Stop playing the same licks, Lee.
Drive pedal on. Drive pedal off, and this is the simulation number 2, which I think is the ribbon microphone. If I've got that the wrong way around, apologies, but Dane it up.
My knees hurt.
This is the standby switch, the mute switch. So you should still be getting this, but now we can't hear anything.
I can hear it
in the control room. So there we go. Look, jump back over. So
well, there we are.
So look, there you go.
Impressive
Now
stuff.
that you know that on, well, actually, did we even tell you which rig was
No,
which
we
on
did
it?
not.
Okay, so here we go. If you want to go back and watch this whole video now, you can know that amp number 1 for me was the real Tube Deluxe Reverb. And amp number 2, or B as we occasionally refer to it, was the Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. And we were only plugged into the Vibrato channel on them, but as I said, all the settings were the same, and there we are.
And
for you?
amp number 1A is the Tone Master for me, and B or 2 is the real twin amp reverb, twin reverb amp. Yeah.
Wow. Is this game changing? Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I like it, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would literally turn up to a gig, and they've hired an amp in, and they put that Tone Master up there, and I'll go, that's great, fine, I'll have that. No problem.
Isn't there a?
I wouldn't even bat an eyelid.
There should be a video on the Fender channel, if it's not out yet, it should be soon, of Kingfish playing guitar, who you'll recognise, great big guy, young guy, killer guitar player.
20 years old or something.
Yeah, super young, great guitar player. And he was doing some promo for Fender, playing away, getting this killer guitar sound, and then they told him, like at the end of the gig, it's like, hey, it's not...
He didn't even know, man.
It's like, and he's just like, apparently he was blown away. So, hey!
So there you go.
Right. So we are going to jam out at the end, and I think during the jam, maybe you'll hear a mix of the DI output. Our sound man has just told us that the DI output sounds great.
He was like, it's sick.
So they've obviously tweaked that since we first got to try
that's what
these.
the kids like. Sick.
There's Pete, look. He's so beautiful. I probably... You're going to see this anyway. So look, there's a Deluxe. That's the real one. There's the Tone Master. There you go. They just, as you can see, they look absolutely identical, except for the Tone Master badge in the bottom right-hand corner. Which, if you are so vain that you can't bear to go out with anybody knowing you've got anything other than the real thing, you can just pop that off if you really want to. But they'll know when they see you carrying it in with one hand without even breaking a sweat.
Another thing I see, it says design circuits. There's like a circuit thing.
Yeah, it does.
Because that's obviously what's inside of the thing.
Oh, I see.
But nobody will
it's got
notice
a little patent thing underneath the LED.
Anyway, this video is getting long now, Lee.
It is getting long.
Yeah.
It's a good video.
It's getting
good
long.
Video. It's another one of our semi-serious, quite useful ones.
Yeah, semi-serious,
dangerous.
quite useful ones.
Play on, man.
All
Let's
right.
do this.
Thank you for watching. Links below.
And this is just the Tone Master amplifiers, this final jam.
Yes, I hope. God, I can't tell the difference.
Okay.
Bye.